"Since I'm still working there 1 day a week unpaid, it's almost fair," she said. Thank goodness. This patrol was getting downright boring. Glad to help out. "Barb, can you get us there?" Her sister replied, "Of course. I've been to all of them as part of my day job. You know, if you did any work, you might have portals to useful places, too." While she waited for Morrigan to arrive, Ruby asked, "Any sign of the Hat?" Demetrius laughed. "Is that his supervillain code name now? The Hat? Do you have anything better?" After a pause, he replied, "Actually, I guess I don't. Anyway, no sign of the Drow in the fedora." Idryll muttered, "That hat will be mine. Then I shall be known as the Hat." A couple of minutes later, they were under cover outside the fence that protected the site. The plant was of the solar variety, and the central building was some distance away. Rectangular panels surrounded the structure to gather in the sun. Even the building's roof was covered with them, preventing their usual means of ingress. Ruby asked, "What do you remember?" Morrigan cut a striking figure in the red cowl that complemented her magical mask and the impressive bow in her hand. She replied, "Pretty normal stuff. Huge building, filled with lots of mammoth, unfamiliar equipment, with tons of power lines running all over the place. It's not like a gas or an oil plant, right? It's not particularly explosive, I mean." Demetrius confirmed. "That's correct. There shouldn't be anything that would directly lead to an explosion in there. But there's a lot of electricity, which carries its own danger." Idryll asked, "Who does this station supply?" "It's the primary source of power for the Strip." Morrigan sounded doubtful. "Really?" Ruby could picture Demetrius nodding in what she considered his professor mode. He replied, Really. If I remember right, the casino owners and the council all have an ownership stake in the place. Lessens the possibility of someone extorting them for power, I guess." She nodded. "That's on brand. Pretty smart business decision, too, especially if it's not particularly volatile, which lessens liability issues since they're inexpert in the field. So, let's get in there before the Drow start breaking important stuff." She led her partners on a quick jog through the solar panels, moving in a slight crouch to stay below the tops of them. The lenses in her mask flipped automatically through scanning modes, looking for traps. She didn't expect to find any. The invaders had no real reason to place traps this far out, unless the whole operation was one big ploy aimed at them, and she wasn't so arrogant as to think she rated that high on the local criminal element's to-do list. They reached the building without detecting any opposition, Morrigan fooling the cameras with her newly learned illusion trick. Ruby hadn't yet had time to get the details, but knew that she was pretty good at spoofing visual sensing. Her sister asked, "How do we want to play this?" Her bow had been in her fist from the moment they exited the portal, and the fingers on her free hand clenched and unclenched, like she was limbering them for a speedier draw from the quiver on her back. Ruby said, "Any more information from inside, Dee?" He sighed. "No. I'm pretty sure they've got an infomancer blocking me. The images I can access are too static to be trusted." Ruby frowned. "As if they let us see they were in there, then cut off what they were doing?" "Exactly as if." "Okay. Maybe we're higher on that to-do list than I thought. Damn it. We should assume they're ready for us. Still, let's go in quietly if we can," Morrigan replied. "Given that there's only one door, unless we want to try to enter through the loading docks, that's going to be difficult." Idryll said, "I vote for the loading dock." After a moment of thought, Ruby nodded. "Here's what we'll do. Barb, you stay here. When I call for it, make some noise, bang on the door, something. Then Kat and I will sneak inside." Good-natured sarcasm dripped from her sister's words. "Wow, did you have to go to school to become such a brilliant strategist?" Ruby replied, "Shut it," and ran with her partner at her heels. Upon arrival at the heavy garage door, she gestured for her companion to take the lead. The shapeshifter grew as she moved toward the garage door handle, her body bulking up, but not losing its humanoid form. Ruby said, "Barb, go." When the noisy distraction sounded from the front of the building, Idryll gave the handle a solid yank. The lock holding it broke, and she lifted the door. Ruby covered